Hello everyone, thank you for joining in. Is it too loud? Okay. Okay, yeah. Thanks for joining. So today we'll talk about knowledge mining. How many of you were able to attend the Azure AI session by Eric Boyd yesterday? Anybody was there? Okay, great. And then how many of you have heard of knowledge mining by any of us? Okay, so small room. So we'll go through some of the introductory pieces, but we'll spend some time also on some of the key customers who are using the product and how they're using it, which can give you a view into how you can actually go and use some of these products. The other area is we'll be going through a demo as well to look at, hey, how is some of these things coming to life and how can you take some of the advantages here. So let's dive in. So just stepping back from an Azure AI context, there are three ways in which Azure provides you tools and services and products and solutions that you can use for your business from an AI context. First is from machine learning side, we provide the platform, you can build your own model, you can execute the model, end-to-end pipeline that exists. AI apps and agents is a lot about cognitive services, bot service, you have all those APIs where you don't need to build your own model, but you have these domain-specific models that you can call using a simple API. And the third one is knowledge mining, and that's where we'll go today. This area is where we have brought some of the capabilities that we have built in cognitive services and machine learning and brought it together so that you don't have to do a lot of orchestration work. Instead, we orchestrate for you so that you can get knowledge and insights from all your content, all types of content, and that's where we'll go in as we talk about today. So let's dive in. What has happened over the past few years as AI has evolved and matured, together with that, how application search is getting used has evolved. So when we started with application search, it was very simple. There are certain words that you put in, and it was term by term search that was happening. So exact terms were searched. But as things evolved and then context came into play, you can really start to ask for things which are not exactly the term, but which we as human beings would be able to say, hey, if you say the most famous tower in Paris, that should be the Eiffel Tower. So I don't need to really type the Eiffel Tower. If you as a friend has told me that, hey, that's the tower will meet, the most famous tower, I should be able to get that. The contextual search comes in from there, and that's being driven by natural language understanding, a lot of work in that particular space. And then eventually, where it is now evolving to, and we are making deep investment, is that even if there are no words written, but there is handwriting and there are images, you should be able to search for Eiffel Tower and it should be able to get those images out there saying, oh, that's an Eiffel Tower, I should be able to find that. And this is very interesting because this is really becoming very much like how we would be able to comprehend things. Like it reminds me of my son who will come and may not make the best dinosaur, but then I would understand that it's a dinosaur or his handwriting. So all of that is actually getting packaged here. And what we have done is, we actually last year brought cognitive search capability into Azure Search. And the adoption has been fantastic. What we are seeing is that a lot of customers are starting to bring in all kinds of contents, documents with handwriting, images, all of those. And I'll share some of the examples with you as well as we go ahead. So what we did here is that we then currently have moved forward and changed the name itself, evolved it to Azure Cognitive Search, given all the things and the breadth of activities that it brings in. And what it effectively does is this. You bring in all kinds of data that you have here, and then as you look at the content, you're actually going to use a lot of cognitive services, the domain-specific capabilities that I talked about, and you're able to look at it. So if you go back to the Eiffel Tower example, it will go through it, look at language. If there are images, it will look at images. If there are location entities, it will extract that. And recently, we also announced translation. So if you have got different languages and you want to bring it all in one language, it's able to do that. And once it's able to do it, actually creates these relationships using a tree. And once you have this, it then highlights it into a search index, which you can then expose using your web application or something else. And what's happening here is that we have created this whole orchestration pipeline from ingestion all the way to adding all these cognitive capabilities onto your document, your content, and then being able to surface it externally to your users. At the same time, we continue to make deep investments into making sure that this is a search capability that you can use without having to really do a lot of work yourself. It's fully managed. You don't really need to go code, etc. You can expose the index using a REST API. You can do all of those. We have built-in AI capabilities that we talked about. Our cognitive services, all of them are exposed here, and then it is customizable. One of the things that we have learned a lot from our customers is that in your domains, in your industry specifically, you have got your own terms. For example, in the pharmaceutical industry, you may have terms which are specific to medicines, and you want to bring them here. So if you want to create your own models, you can bring them here as well. And this goes a bit more into details of how it's very easy to start, maintain, or scale any of the search that you put in here, as well as the ability to take a lot of rich search features. So not that you can just do a search index. If you want, you can take the search result, the tree which you saw, and expose it using Power BI. So for example, Microsoft gets a lot of calls through the call center. We are able to look at all those data, and you are able to actually put into PowerPoint and look at, hey, what is the sentiment that I am seeing across all of that? So not just search, but also across. So that's, you are able to do that using this capability. Moving on, a single-click integration of pre-built cognitive services. I really invite you to go into the portal. It's done very beautifully. When you go in and you're able to just pull the portal up, and then just with a few clicks, you can add OCR, you can add entity recognition, all of those can be added very simply into this. And you can add from vision, as I talked about, language, as well as web search. So for example, you have an application and you want to pull in data from, say, Wikipedia, learn about things. You can do all of that right through a single click into the Azure portal. And then finally, as I touched upon, you can bring your own custom models, classifiers, which make it specific for your industry, for your specific domain, so that you're able to solve for much more accuracy based on your domain itself. So with that, let's go into a few common scenarios that we are seeing, and these are customer examples, and hopefully this gives you an idea of, hey, how you can apply it into your own industries, into your own organization. So there are multiple scenarios that you can use search for. I mean, when we started, if you remember my first slide, it's really catalog search, the early search piece. And then as you get into how you can manage digital assets, how can you do content review based on, key extraction of clauses which are relevant to you, etc. You can do all of those. We'll go through 3 examples today: Howden, Metropolitan Museum of Art, and Icertis. And then we'll go through a demo. So Icertis is a contract management company. Not sure how many of you have heard of them, but they have got millions of contracts that they manage across many, many, many organizations, including many Fortune 100 organizations. So what they were struggling with is that you have got all these documents, and with a lot of privacy compliance constraints coming in, for example, GDPR, they're like, okay, how do we make sure that if there's a GDPR specific clause, which I want to dig out from all these documents and create alerts when if there are issues, I'm able to look at them. How do I make sure that I'm able to bring that in? And what they did is really used Azure Cognitive Search to actually ingest all the documents that they have, which is all of these contracts, and then apply clause extraction, as well as add a GDPR custom model that they had built themselves into this whole system. And based on that, they were able to bring out the search, and then you are able to go in, and through their web portal, they have got a plugin into Word as well. You can go in actually and very easily bring out, for example, any risk that may be coming up, anything that may be coming up, and this is what they have built themselves and are using across on the portal. So this specifically on the legal side, and this can apply to any kind of custom building which you may need for your industry. Moving on, another example is Howden, and Howden is an engineering company wherein they are actually bidding for a lot of proposals which come from their customers. They are a 100-year-old company, but every time that there is a proposal which comes from customers, they have to fill the bid. It's thousands of pages of document, RFP, all of that. One of their biggest challenges was that as they were doing the RFP process, they have to go through the whole document, the customer document, and make sure that they're not missing on any specific requirement, technicality, and if they missed anything, it will become very expensive for them later on if they don't bid it right, or if they bid with the wrong kind of product, that wouldn't be right. So what they did actually is that they started putting in Azure Cognitive Search and started to look at the key metadata as well as some of the key clauses that they needed to look at, and made sure that whenever a proposal that they are submitting is coming in, they are able to look at it end to end, and also throughout the process they are able to collaborate with each other, making sure that all of the right requirements for the customers are being filled in. And they were able to do that using Azure Cognitive Search here. So again, a good example where they did not create their own models, but then they were able to bring in a lot of stuff that we had and really look at their documents end to end. Right now, BP is also doing the same. If we were in a session earlier today, British Petroleum talked about how they are using a similar thing. The fundamental thing about all of this is that all organizations, especially organizations which have been there for decades and years, you have so much of documents and data, and a lot of time we are not able to shift through that, and this really allows you to do that very easily. And then my last example is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is super interesting because if you think about unstructured content, this can get the most unstructured. So currently, Metropolitan Museum of Art gets about 7 million people coming in through their doors. They are like, okay, 7 million people are coming in. How do we expose our art globally to everybody so that people can explore better? And what they did is they took millions of their art pieces and they started tagging them so that they can expose it online. The challenge with tagging an art piece is that somebody has to look at it, right, like what are the things inside, because many of the times the art piece title may not reflect what is inside an art piece. So the whole process of tagging was super long, and that's where Azure Cognitive Search came in, where with Azure Cognitive Search they were able to do the tagging much faster within days versus years that it would have taken. We have a case study on this and I definitely invite you to read it, but it's a fantastic example how you can take very complicated unstructured piece of data and how you can tag them. We'll also go through the demo of this. And this is what they did actually. They of course got some of there as well in terms of, hey, the expertise that they have on art, definitely. But there are pieces like when you look at an art piece and an art piece has got a boat or something else, AI is able to identify that and you don't need to really tag it yourself. So Cognitive Search does it very well. And then currently we have actually collaborated with them on Art Explorer, which you can also go and explore, and you can actually take a look into how they are exposing this art and allowing it very easily for their users to explore all the art that they have. If you've ever been to a museum, actually, it's super difficult to go spend time trying to correlate things inside a museum because everything is so structured and siloed. You'll see how online it's much easier actually, how we are able to do that with this demo that we have built. So let's take a look at the demo here. So this is the demo wherein we have built this space for Met, when you can go in, all the art is tagged, kept here, you can actually search for it. So let's start with a search and let's see how, because of Azure Cognitive Search, you are able to find these relationships and actually go from one art to the other and get to very new things that you can explore. So for example, I'm deeply interested in history, and I've heard of, for example, of George Washington, and there was a point in time where he was crossing the Delaware River with the American flag in hand, and I'm like, okay, let me explore that particular piece. So I just type in here George Washington, wherever. And once I do that, then it's able to search for example, here I can see this particular image. And what you'll notice is that once this image comes up, it also pulls out some of the key tags connected to it, which you can see on the right side here. And then you can see that it's able to identify boats, men, etc. inside the particular image. Not just that, what it's also doing, if you see here, it's a scene of the war, and it's able to identify that, okay, there's a scene of the war, and therefore the similar art you see is about soldiers, is from war, and that kind of an. So it's able to pull all of these images, and it's not been fed, it's automatically doing that. And then as we move forward, what you can see is it has gone into Wikipedia, and as if you remember, I told you about how you can use Bing Web Search. So because of the Bing Web Search integration, which is inside Cognitive Search, what you can actually do is it's able to pull out Wikipedia information about the artist over there. So all of this is happening automatically from within the cognitive search product itself. And as we move forward, you can see more examples, but where I like to direct your attention is this area where you can also create these relationships and therefore explore things much better. And this can apply to anything. This could apply to Howden, this could apply to Icertis, this could apply to any kind of place where you have lot of documents. So I like you to not think about this only from the context of art, but from the context of any kind of documentation. So when I go here, I could see, for example, if I'm interested, I can click on this portrait and I can go, okay, I can clearly see here the George Washington sculpture. I can explore this if I want more. I can look at this, and as I go and explore this more and more, what you'll interestingly note is that it takes me into new places. As a student of history, or as a person who's very interested in history, it's super interesting for me to see how with just a few clicks I'm able to get to a place where I'm able to read about a very important artist in the history of you, especially in the African American history. And so I'm able to explore more and come to places where I would not have been able to come before. So one is, it's not just for the sake of curiosity, but also from the sake of, hey, how are you able to find these connections and relationships between all the different documents and entities that you have within your whole amount of content within the organization. So there's an example of how Met has done it. What we showed yesterday also was a very similar piece that we have built with the Atlantic. And the Atlantic, which is an East Coast based 160-year-old organization, they have got huge amount of archives. And how do they expose their archives, their journalism to current users? They have used Azure Cognitive Search to actually create a very similar platform. And there is a video on that as well that I'll invite you to see. So this is how you can use more on Azure Cognitive Search. And if I go in here, and what I'll really invite you is, if you look at this particular slide, we have got, go to aka.ms/Azure Cognitive Search, and once you go in there, you'll see a lot of documentation, a lot of examples of how it has been used. I really invite you to go into the portal, try it out, read more, and if you have any questions, do reach out to us. But really excited about where we are in terms of the product itself, and would love for you to explore this and let us know how we can work with you on this. Thank you.